CHN Sports.
Cubs are back home for a 9-game, 10-day homestand, and 6 of those 9 will be against 2 teams chasing them in the Central Division. It starts with the Milwaukee Brewers tonight, the first ever night game under the lights in the regular season here at Wrigley Field. Great to have you with us on WGN. Along with Jim DeShays, I'm Len Casper, and the Cubs feeling good about their lot in life right now, 5 games ahead of the Brewers and the Cardinals as we take a look at the season series.
Yeah, I got a little dicey after dropping the first 2 there in Pittsburgh. They got some help from Cincinnati, the Reds sweeping the Brewers. We look at the breakdown between these 2 clubs this year. Cubs are 7-5 against Milwaukee. They've split 6 games here at Wrigley Field. They've won 4 of the 6 in Milwaukee. The Cubs have won the season series against the Brewers in each of the last 3 seasons.
7 games to go between these 2 teams. Yeah, some Friday night lights at the corner of Clark and Addison. John Lackey will throw the first pitch when we return. Cubs baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, America's other national pastime. This Bud's for you. Honda, great deals are waiting for you now at your local Honda dealer. State Farm, here to help protect the things you've worked really hard for with home and auto insurance. Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet and the most Wi-Fi coverage throughout your home. Ford, inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Wendy's, choose a junior bacon cheeseburger or crispy chicken BLT in the 4 for $4 at participating locations for a limited time. First Midwest Bank, connect with a momentum maker today. Your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer. And by Southwest Airlines, yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. World Series champions Chicago Cubs baseball in high definition is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet and the most Wi-Fi coverage throughout your home. Taylor Davis will get into a game at some point, but until then, we'll be watching him.
We'll be watching him watching us.
Gorgeous night. It's cool, wind blowing in. And again, it feels like the playoffs. Jerry Meals, a 20-year veteran, makes his offseason home in Ohio. Crew chief will work the plate. Culpa, Conroy, Blackney on the bases. Big crowd, and you're going to see some red in the stands. You see that G, the Budweiser sign. A lot of Georgia fans are here. Bulldogs are playing Notre Dame tomorrow evening, and then the Falcons playing the Bears on Sunday. So a little bit of a Georgia invasion.
Yeah, former football coach Vince Dooley threw out the first pitch, and the place went nuts. But they're wearing Cub hats, a lot of them. That's a good thing.
Big John Lackey will face this Brewers starting lineup. They basically had 2 full days off. Their last game was early Wednesday, a loss in Cincinnati. Eric Thames in the leadoff spot did a lot of damage early against the Cubs. Neil Walker recently acquired from the Mets. Ryan Braun 1 homer away from 300 in his career. Shaw's had a big year, so has Domingo Santana. Stephen Vogt, the veteran catcher, ahead of Keon Broxton. Orlando Arcia, the shortstop, bats 8th, and Jimmy Nelson 9th.
Who's where for the Cubs this evening? John Jay will patrol left field. Ian Happ made a big play in the ball game yesterday, threw a runner out at home plate. Jason Hayward made a spectacular sliding catch in right field, but we're used to that. Bryant Baez Zobrist Rizzo on the infield. Alex Avila will do the catching, and our Blue Cross Blue Shield starting pitcher for the Cubs tonight is John Lackey. Choose Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. The card to carry through it all. 11-10 with a 474 for John. He picked up his 11th win last time out in brilliant fashion. 7 shutout innings against the Braves. He allowed just 3 hits. Did not walk a man, struck out 5, retired the final 16 batters he faced.
So Cubs got in late after the night game in Pittsburgh last week. Were able to get this game time switched from 1:20 to 7:05. A late afternoon start tomorrow, and then a typical 1:20 first pitch on Sunday. Eric Thames will lead things off.
There's definitely a little extra buzz in the ballpark tonight.
Cubs 7-5 against the Brewers this season. Here we go. Lackey's first pitch is outside for ball 1.
They're doing their kickoff stuff, these Georgia fans.
Pretty wild.
Welcome to Chicago, everybody. Have a good weekend.
Fouled off of third and into the upper deck. So Thames in the leadoff spot for the 10th time this season. He began the year batting second. He has hit as low as 6th recently. Had a huge April. Club record 11 homers and 28 knocked in.
He was the talk of baseball first month. He came back from playing overseas and absolutely lit it up.
His OPS on June 17th was over 1,000. 58 games since, 673 with a 199 batting average.
Yeah, 199, that's what their team batting average is for the last week. 220 over the last 2 weeks. As they've struggled to score runs, they've relied heavily on their starting pitching. They've fortified the bullpen.
2-2 hit pretty well out into left center, and Ian Happ can't get it. Jay will chase it down. Thames has a leadoff double. The ball hit the bottom of the bullpen door and really shot towards center field.
Thames very strong. This is all arms. You see there's very little going on with the lower body. He just extends his arms, drives that ball off the bottom of the wall. Ian tries a little kick save there. Jay hustling over prevents Thames from getting a 3-base hit.
Neil Walker, switch hitting second baseman, ran into Tucker Barnhart's catcher's mask the other day. Let's get your game time conditions brought to you by Fox Ford. 65 degrees, northeast wind at 8. Fox Ford, your downtown Chicago dealer. Check us out at foxfordchicago.com. So Neil Walker, the last 4 seasons, has been on a National League wildcard team. 3 in a row with the Pirates. And last year with the New York Mets. Brewers' best chance may be the wild card. They're 3 games behind the Rockies, as are the Cardinals. But they still think they can win the division. And as you said, they've got to do a lot of damage here in these final 7 games against the Cubs in order to have any sort of chance in the Central. There are your updated wild card standings. As the Diamondbacks are in pretty good shape.
Yeah, they won 13 in a row, so they're pretty much a lock.
The 0-2 to Walker is hit foul.
Rockies catch a little bit of a break in that they're playing the struggling Los Angeles Dodgers. Kind of ironic to say, isn't it?
Yeah, the Dodgers have now lost 7 in a row. And 12 of 13. Clayton Kershaw last night couldn't get out of the 4th inning.
There's got to be some panic going on out there in La La Land.
In the dirt. Knocked down by Avila. He and Rene Rivera have taken up much of the time back of the plate with Wilson Contreras on the disabled list. Wilson played a 2nd rehab game with Myrtle Beach in their playoff series today. They lost a 7-inning game 2-1. So down east wins that series, and they're the co-league champions. The championship series of the Carolina League has been canceled due to the hurricane. Contreras DH today, 1 for 2 with 2 walks. So he's scheduled to return to Chicago tomorrow. The Cubs will reevaluate, and he could be back here in the next few days in terms of being active. Two, and now he's run it full.
Well, regarding Contreras, the fact that the Cubs have a relatively comfortable lead and they're getting very good work from Avila and Rivera, no need to push him. Obviously, sooner or later you like to get him back, and that's one of the impressive things, how well the Cubs have been playing. Without their starting catcher, without their starting shortstop. Those are 2 very important positions. Filled them admirably. Baez has been brilliant out there at short.
Ground ball, kicks off the mound. Baez behind second will fire to Rizzo. Thames now at 3rd with 1 out. So Lackey got what he wanted, which was the first out, and Walker able to move Thames to 3rd, and the Cubs will bring their infield in against Ryan Braun. Not Vince Dooley again. Injuries have limited his time this year. 2 DL stints due to a strained left calf. Missed 39 games total. And a foul strike.
Yeah, a little drop down, elevated fastball there from Lackey. His resurgence in the second half keyed primarily, I think, by the increased usage of the slider and a little more discerning with the fastball. Not quite as willing to throw that 0-0 heater right over the heart of the plate.
Runner at third, one out, just getting underway, and that is pummeled out into deep center. Happ is back on it, and there it goes. Home run number 300 for Ryan Braun. And the Brewers strike first.
Two powerful swings of the bat. Thames with the drive the other way for a two-base hit, and then just as soon as I utter, John hasn't been throwing the ball over the heart of the plate. He does just that. 94, he got a lot on it, but right in the sweet spot there for Ryan Braun. Center cut.
12th active player with 300 homers. He is the first Milwaukee Brewer ever to hit 300. '33rd career homer against the Cubs in 147 career games. Travis Shaw reaches out and sends one to deep center. Wind's going to help though as Happ makes the grab. 2 down. That's the 200th homer for the Brewers, by the way, this season. So 300 homers and 180 steals in the first 11 seasons of a career. That is quite a list. And Domingo Santana.
Tardy there. Santana having a bit of a breakout year, hitting for average and power. He shows patience, excuse me, at the plate. He'll strike out a lot, but typically sees a lot of pitches. What were the odds they'd be sitting together? That's uncanny.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Somebody stole Mama's tablecloth and made a couple of shirts.
Outside for a ball.
This is John's 14th career start against the Brewers. He's pitched at least 6 innings. Every time he has faced them. He's 6-3 with a 3.45.
In the air the other way. Hayward on the warning track, hauls it in. 2-run homer, Ryan Braun. Cubs coming up when we return. Trip to Pittsburgh, and here's their Southwest Airlines starting lineup. John Jay in left, Chris Bryant at third, Anthony Rizzo, big night last night in Pittsburgh. Ben Zobrist in the cleanup spot. Avila catching. He had the game-winning hit on Wednesday night in the 9th inning. Ian Happ in center, coming off one of his better games of the year. Hayward in right, Baez the shortstop, and Lackey the pitcher.
Brewers defensively, Braun plays left, Broxton's in center, Domingo Santana plays right, Shaw, Arcia, Walker Thames third to first, Stephen Vogt is behind the plate. Good receiver, but really struggles throwing people out, so the running game certainly in play. And the starting pitcher for the Brewers tonight is Jimmy Nelson, 11-6 with a 3.59 ERA. A whole bunch of strikeouts. It's been a very good year.
One strike on John Jay. The pitch is fouled to the screen.
Our third look at Nelson this year. 2 starts back in April. His first start in Milwaukee, he went 6 innings, allowed 1 run, and then about 10 days later here, he gave up 7 in 5 1/3.
Here's a pitch. And away. 1-2 on Jay. Pinch hit last night. And 0 for 1, snapped a hitting streak, a modest one. 7-gamer. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Saw the line there from his last outing against the Nationals. He punched out 11. Got a bunch of them with his slider and curveball combination. He throws both breaking pitches. He throws a sinker and a 4-seamer. Strikeout per 9, one of the best in Brewer history.
Strike to Chris Bryant. Seventh in the National League, a 404 on base average. He has been on at least once in each of his last 32 starts. Right, so you made a pretty interesting comment. Most improved pitcher in baseball, Jimmy Nelson.
Yeah, certainly
hard
could
to
make
argue
the case.
against it.
Yeah. Strikeout to walk rate is among the best in all of baseball. It's 7th best in the National League. Last year he was dead last in that department.
Yeah, he walked a major league high 86 men last year. And his walk rate this year 6.5%. That's below major league average.
The long ball, he's got the 3rd best home run per 9 ratio in the league this year. Last year he had the 6th highest. Cut down on the walks. You keep the ball in the ballpark, strike a bunch of people out.
He's pitched in a lot of close games here lately. His last 7 starts have resulted in 1-run decisions. Rizzo on deck. Ryan Braun with his 300th career homer, giving the Brewers the early advantage.
See the spike in strikeout rate from last year to this. Well, he simplified his delivery. He's gotten a little cleaner with his front side. He used to throw across his body and had a hard time getting the ball away on right-handed hitters. There's a good sink there at 96.
Just a little bit low. And the count is full. Craig Counsell's done a nice job with a young ball club. On the ground, Shaw will cut it off in front of Arcia, and he makes the play. And you know, we had the shot of Craig Counsell. If you had told Brewer fans on opening day, September 8th, you're going to go to Wrigley Field, you're in 2nd place, you're 4 games over 500, you're 5 games out, would you take it? And I'm guessing all of them would have said, yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, I don't want what's behind the curtain. I'll take that. I'll take my chances with that right there.
But because they were 5.5 up at the All-Star break, it probably doesn't feel quite as good. But then again, if you ask Dodger fans how they feel about their 92-48 club right now, you probably would get some pretty interesting answers.
Probably freaking out, which is which makes it fun.
1-1 on Rizzo.
Council's got to be feeling like he's getting ganged up on here with all these Georgia fans. He's a Notre Dame guy.
Two was a magic number for Rizzo last night. 2 for 2, 2 walks, 2 RBIs, 2 runs. And I'm told he got a discount at the register Thursdays in Pittsburgh. 2 for the price of 1. And all hits and RBIs. Swing and a miss. Nelson. 1-2-3 in the first. 2-0 Milwaukee after an inning.
Our Mazda replay cam. That's Vince Dooley, the longtime football coach and athletic director down at the University of Georgia. Got this crowd fired up.
Keeps Georgia on my
Ray.
It's funny, Justin Grimm has kind of taken it upon himself to catch a lot of the ceremonial first pitches. This was probably his shining moment, right?
He's probably fired up for this one, yeah.
Strike called on Stephen Vogt. Second inning, 2-0 Milwaukee. They got Vogt from Oakland. He was a waiver claim in late June after being designated for assignment. He was an all-star 2015 and 16. Probably aren't too many examples in big league history of a guy being cut from a roster the season after he was an all-star twice 2 seasons before. Just a month on the DL shortly after the all-star break with a left knee sprain.
We talked about all their struggling hitters. He's one guy who's been swinging it pretty well here of late.
Yeah, he can hit when he's right. Very dangerous guy.
Some pop. 290 over the last couple of weeks.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Vogt. I wonder if he's ever faced a pitcher named Register to Vogt. Hey, Cub fans, if you want to manage the game along with Joe Madden, log on to WGNTV.com right now. Click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner. Connect to all the up to the minute stats and info while watching at home. Game Zone is sponsored by The Great Escape, pools, patio furniture, hot tubs, and more. Everything you need to have more fun at home this summer. Keon Broxton has had a roller coaster ride of his season. Very streaky. At one point he was sent back to the minor leagues. Currently in one of his cold stretches.
Yeah, he's got power, he's got speed, but there's a whole lot of swing and miss in his game.
Kind of similar numbers minus the stolen bases to Kyle Schwarber. Really low batting average, but he's got 20 home runs. Little blooper, and that'll drop for a hit. Broxton with a flare single.
Well, he has stolen 19 bases in 25 tries. Maybe looking to get a little something going with the legs here. Soft base hit. It's a tough break for Lackey.
Arcia 7 for his last 53.
That's not very good at all, is it? Sometimes you got a struggling hitter like that, you'll put a hit and run play on just to force him to swing the bat, take the thinking out of it.
One of those hits, though, a game-tying homer the other day in Cincinnati. In a game the Brewers would end up losing.
Brewers hit a lot of home runs. Hit 14. Pretty good number for guys. Well, he hits sometimes near the top of the order. He's in the eight hole here tonight.
He went. Quick call made by Jerry Meals.
Just a kid, 23 years of age. Just turned 23 last month.
Right center. Happ tracking, and he's got it. He's had a busy start to this game. 2 down. It'll bring up the pitcher, Nelson. We'll keep an eye on the Cardinals tonight. They're hosting the Pirates. Cardinals 5 back, along with Milwaukee. Trevor Williams and Luke Weaver, the matchup in that one. 0-0 after 1. Indians have another lead, 3-0, bottom 5 against the Orioles. Indians already setting a new club record with their 15th consecutive win. They'll go for 16 tonight. Nelson swings and misses. Broxton takes second.
That's when you better make sure with 2 outs and the pitcher in the batter's box, you get thrown out here. That's a big mistake.
Now, was that a steal, or did he go and that ball hit the dirt?
You know, it looked like he was delaying, and then
they gave him a stolen base. Yeah. I think he went.
I think he reacted to the ball in the dirt. Too. Yeah, that's just a good secondary lead. Sees the ball in the dirt and off he goes.
Swing and a miss. First strikeout for Lackey. 2-0 Brewers in the second.
WGNTV.com. Presented by Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich. Go to jeffvuk.com or follow him on social media. Nationwide is on your side.
2-0 Milwaukee. Ryan Braun with his 300th homer. That came in the first inning. Cubs went quietly against Jimmy Nelson in the bottom of the first. They'll have Zobrist, Avila, and Happ here in the second.
Nelson very sharp in that first inning, punching out 2.
29th start. 3rd this season against the Cubs. Good sinker for a strike to Zobrist. His last start was a week ago tonight. He was actually pushed back to make this start against the Cubs. That is a fair ball. Will hit the sidewall. Braun will pick it up. It's a double for Ben Zobrist. The cleanup man tonight, but playing leadoff man here in the second inning.
Well placed. Just punches this one down the third base line. You see with the shift down, all kinds of room to operate there. See if the Cubs can cash in this leadoff double.
Left-handed swinging Alex Avila will dig in.
Should be his first ever at bat against Nelson.
And shift against him. Let's see if playing behind the bag at second and shifted toward right field. Now the wind blowing directly in from center field. Swing and a miss. 0-2. StatCast is powered by AWS.
If Alex were a little speedier, Walker probably not so deep and out there in that rover position. Down 2 strikes here. A productive out would be a good result, be a good outcome for Alex. You come into this at bat hoping to drive in the run. Now you're down 2 strikes. You feel pretty good about things if you could just pull this ball to the right side and get Ben over to third.
And he struck him out.
Just overpowered him upstairs at 95 for his 3rd strikeout.
So here's what I'm thinking, JD. Neil Walker has a different hat for every game this season, and he had the hat laid out for Friday, September 8th, 121st pitch, and then they moved it to a night game, and he just kept the same cap, which has the sunglasses on. Right?
That's one theory. I'm going to go with they're clear glasses. It's windy out, and he wears contacts and wants to protect his eyes if they start to dry out.
I like that theory.
Look out.
It's by. And could be significant with 1 out. Zobrist now 3rd.
Yeah, so Alex strikes out, but the wild pitch does the job for him essentially. And he really pulled that one. They were trying to go down and away. Keep the middle guys back. Ground ball, second short, gets a run home.
It's a strike. Time now to See who's got momentum, brought to you by First Midwest Bank. First Midwest Bank, connect with a momentum maker today. Josh Bell on Monday homered against the Cubs to set a new National League rookie switch hitter record. And Ian Happ not far behind. Holding at third is Zobrist. And Happ is out. Big second out for Nelson with Zobrist not scoring.
Nowhere to go for Zobrist. He's reading this ball off the bat, sees it down, but no chance. Nelson with the check just to make sure before finishing the play.
That'll bring up Jason Hayward.
Good company. Ian's in there. Chipper Jones and Lance Berkman, two of the best switch hitters in baseball history.
Wow. 2 for 4, double RBI and a run last night, and a 5-star catch according to StatCast against Starling Marte in the first inning on that low liner. The catch probability for that play was 7%. It was his third 5-star catch of the season.
Nelson has got very good movement. So if you're Zobrist here, you've got to be aware of the potential for a little ball in the dirt.
There it is.
Like thus.
We're all over it.
And he's got Shaw playing well off the line too, so he can afford to take an aggressive lead.
He'll hit a lot of batters too because of that wildness. Lexus Run Predictor brought to you by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer. And a third, 2 outs.
So Nelson's mom played basketball at Florida State. She's a physical therapist, and when he was at the University of Alabama, he studied kinesiology and exercise therapy. He went to a sports training facility in Tomball, Texas, which is outside of Houston, last winter, and worked a lot on his lower body, on balance and muscle activation, and smoothed out his delivery, and it's really paid off. They had him doing a lot of things with bare feet, working on balance and keeping that lower body strong. He's a big guy, 6'6", 245. Sometimes when you're big like that, it's tough to repeat your delivery.
Three and 1 to Hayward. Baez is on deck. Vogt wants to make sure they're on the same page here. Looks like Vogt has those fluorescent decals on his right hand to help with the signs. Or it's just paint, which is more fun, I guess. More difficult to get them off your nails. Ball 4 to bring up Baez.
I wonder if that was the conversation. Let's not give in here and see if we can get Baez to chase some sliders off the plate.
Update our Lexus Run Predictor. Goes from 29 to 37% for the Cubs by adding that man at first.
Good lid there.
Bobby went 3 for 12 on the road trip. Nelson doesn't have to give in here either with the pitcher Lackey on deck.
Yeah, he doesn't. It's a dangerous way to pitch this early in the ball game, to be that defensive, but given Javi's inclination to chase, probably take some shots off the plate.
That one over the plate and hammered to center, but it's going to be caught. Keon Broxton makes the grab and gets Nelson out of the inning as the Cubs strand 2. Hey, Chicagoland viewers, it's time for the Subway third inning triple play promotion. Text Subway to 97999 right now. The 300th texter gets a $30 gift card to a Subway restaurant in the Chicagoland area. Subway, so much sandwich. Night by Night by Chromeo. That's part of our Friday night superset. Did you get some tunes in on the superset?
I have let it be known many times over the years the tunage I would like to hear. Got no confirmation from the powers that be whether said tunes will be heard tonight or not.
Well, when you bring your vinyl into the truck, it's kind of hard to transfer that over without a record player. A strike on Eric Thames.
Should be a good night for some night-themed songs.
Well, it would, wouldn't it? Here's the 0-1 from Lackey. It is just off the corner. Thames doubled to open up the ball game, and then later scored on the home run.
That's good stuff there.
Brewers averaged nearly 5 runs per game in the first half, just over 3.5 per game since. Strike out a ton. I think you referenced that earlier. 26% of the time. Highest rate in baseball. Two. There's a strikeout right on cue.
Come out and enjoy your team pride this Tuesday, September 12th. The Cubs welcome students, alumni, and fans of the Big Ten. Fans who buy tickets through the Community Nights page will receive a special edition Cubs baseball cap in your favorite Big Ten school's colors. To purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com/communitynights.
Last time we saw Neil Walker, looked like his season was over. Blew out his hamstring with the Mets back in June when the Cubs were in New York.
Yeah, they really liked him in New York. They really like him here with the Brewers. Just a good, solid player. A nice run, of course, in Pittsburgh, his hometown. He'll be a free agent at the end of the year.
Rockies 1-0 is outside for a ball. It was a painful night for the Mets. That's when Matt Harvey injured his shoulder. And Walker went down in a heap and had to miss about a month and a half. Sends one to left. Jay back now over a few steps. Out number 2. We'll bring up Braun. Let's see what StatCast had to say about Braun's home run. Wind blowing in, but it didn't seem to matter as he deposited a milestone blast into the juniper bushes.
106 miles per hour off the bat. 410 feet. Not backing down, comes right back in there. Very similar pitch. This time he gets the jump on him. The 33rd home run allowed by John this year. There you go. Pushing back a little bit.
And it hit him.
.25 of the 33 home runs allowed by John are solo shots. Just trying to throw some action in on his hands, push him off the plate, maybe jam him, but little extra run, it just brushes him and he gets a free base.
We'll bring up Travis Shaw. Quite as good in the second half as in the first, but that's been the theme we've discussed with this team. On the ground, Baez will step on second, and the Brewers done in the third inning. Come on, JD. Put on your dancing shoes. 2-0. Tonight, first regular season night game, we'll say under the lights on a Friday here at Wrigley Field. 3 postseason games have been played on a Friday night. Pretty low scoring affairs at that. Billy Joel 3 times has played a concert here on a Friday night. And a strike on John Lackey. A simple start to the motion by Nelson. Breaking ball in there. It's 0-2. John at 149 this season. Whether this is the start of something or not remains to be seen, as the Cubs had to get special permission to host this Friday night game tonight. We heard Joe Madden on the leadoff man called strike 3. Kind of lay it out there. He'd prefer a lot more night games if it were up to him.
Yeah, Joe's a big fan of the night games. Not so much, especially the early afternoon games.
Brandon Saad at the ballpark tonight. Thought he looked like a hockey player. Listen to Jay outside for a ball. Cubs with 1 hit. That was a Zobrist lead double in the second. He ended up stranded at third.
Getting out of the zone there on 2-0.
Got our fan cam coming up a little later on, brought to you by Bud Fridays. Hashtag Bud Fridays on Twitter. Hit us up. Send us your Cubs selfies. Fly ball the opposite way. Braun back on it, and on the back pedal, he's got it.
Well, Jay put a pretty good charge in it. The Brewers currently have 12 pitchers in their bullpen. 9 righties, 3 lefties. Well rested, coming off the off day yesterday. Council's got it all lined up here. The team had an off day yesterday, so the bullpen's refreshed. He's got his best starters working in this series.
Well, that's the thing from their perspective. They're 5 back, not nearly in the position they had hoped to be in going into this series. But if they do well in these games against the Cubs, they can quickly get back in it.
There's the trifecta scheduled to work this weekend. 35 and 17 combined with a 352.
Anderson missing some time on the DL earlier this year. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Yeah, when you think about it, trying to this little exercise earlier, trying to come up with a more productive top 3 in a rotation. You know, the Nationals, of course, the Dodgers, perhaps the Diamondbacks, and then you know, in this group here, right with the D-backs.
Normally that'd be an easy 4-3 ground out, but not against this shift. So Bryant with a little dribbler into right.
Take what you can get. Wonder what the exit velocity on that base hit was. 4. There'll be a note tomorrow. Chris Brown got a single to the outfield. It was the softest ground ball base hit of his career. That wasn't an infield hit. Well, it sets the table now for Big Riz.
So to go back to your point about these 3 guys this weekend, the Brewers making sure they had them lined up. In Nelson's case, not only moving him back a day, but 2 days because of the off day yesterday. So I'm sure they had some pretty long conversations about making a switch like that. They deemed it important enough with the schedule to do so. And of course, they lost the game on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think when you're coming from behind, you've got to do some unorthodox things. You know, if you have the lead, you can just say, we're just going to stick in our rotation. We're not going to tweak anything. But when you're 5 back and maybe 3 or 4 back, whenever they contemplated these changes, they probably felt like, hey, we should be able to beat the Reds. In baseball being baseball, you never know. But I certainly understand their thinking doing this coming into this series with the Cubs.
Well, in the way Luis Castillo pitched the other day, it may not have mattered who started for the Brewers, right?
Yeah, and obviously a win is a win, but a win against the team you're chasing is a little bigger.
1-2 on Rizzo. Hey, happy first. Big birthday, Ivy Courtier, attending her first Cubs game tonight. Bryant runs, Rizzo line drive, that'll drop in front of Santana. Back-to-back 2-out hits.
Just make a little something happen here with 2 outs. Rizzo does a real nice job staying back on the breaking pitch. You see him choked up on the bat for better control. Delivers a solid line drive. Bryant's off with the pitch. That allows him to scoot on into third.
Thinking with some other left-handed hitters, that ball might have been caught by Santana, but you've got to respect Anthony Rizzo's power. So he was playing pretty deep, and it didn't feel like he got a great jump coming in on it. So Zobrist, who doubled his first time, will bat with runners at first and third. So now this is a cleanup spot, right? I mean, he was leading off the second. This is what the cleanup man's job is, to knock in runs.
With a modest lead, but Anthony is not a really speedy guy. He runs well for a big man. Pick his spots every now and then. Again, a vote. Since joining the Brewers, has been 18 stolen bases, nobody caught for the season, including his work with the A's. 57 steals, 2 caught.
Two and one. Three and one with Avila on deck. Here's the pitch. It's a strike.
Three, 2-2. Rizzo moving with the pitch. Extra base hit. Likely scores 2.
Thames playing behind the runner at first. Rizzo takes off. The 3-2 right down the middle. Inning over. Cubs strand 2 for the second straight inning.
Choose a junior bacon cheeseburger or crispy chicken BLT in the 4 for $4 at participating Wendy's for a limited time.
Fourth inning. Santana, Vogt, and Broxton. And a foul strike. First full healthy season for Santana, and he has delivered. Leads the ball club in on base percentage, walks and runs. 24 homers on the year.
Yeah, he's really starting to mature into a very good player. Originally a Philly farmhand, then traded along to Houston, and from Houston to the Brewers.
Cardinals lead the Pirates 1-0. Top of the fourth in St. Louis. Mentioned Cleveland leading again tonight during their 15-game winning streak. Swing and a miss, strike three. As a team, the Indians are batting .322 with a .401 on base, slugging .591. I mean, that's MVP type numbers, and those are the team stats for 15 games.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
33 home runs.
Who's doing all the damage? I know the Ramirez kid's been
Jose Ramirez for sure. Carlos Santana. I think everybody.
Encarnacion hit a home run tonight.
Ground ball off the bat of Vogt. So to Lackey. Tomorrow the Cubs host the Brewers at 3:05, and up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a Cubs athletic cap presented by Aquafina. For more information, visit Cubs.com. You know who's had a real good year for them? Austin Jackson, the former Cub.
For the Clevelands?
Yeah. Slashing .306, .371, .489. Considering the games he's played. 71 games. One 1-0 to Broxton. He singled in the second. Lackey working from the first base side of the rubber. And a strike. He's been pretty efficient. John Lackey. A nice stretch. 18 consecutive starts of 5 innings and less than 100 pitches. That's the longest such streak since Greg Maddux had 22 in a row over the 06-07 seasons.
So it's a high percentage of first pitch strikes. He usually stays on the attack. It's a free swinging team too. You throw strike one and you really put him into swing mode.
Two on its way. It's high, and it's full with Arcia waiting on deck. Called strike three. First time tonight they've gone in order.
And an official Cubs MasterCard debit card, only available at your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com/Cubs to learn more. Member FDIC.
Hey, big happy 10th birthday wish goes out to Trevor Rush.
T-Rush.
Got a big birthday party bash, and they're watching the Cubs. His dad Glendon, a former Cub. 2-0 Brewers. Jimmy Nelson has given up 3 hits, walked 1. Out of a little trouble. Avila greets him with an opposite field single.
Got beat by a couple of good fastballs last time. This is a sinker, inner half and down a little bit. Carves it the other way. Braun was very deep for him. Wouldn't have mattered. Just thought I'd point it out.
Ian Happ. 3 for 5, 2 doubles, 2 runs. Threw out a runner at the plate last night. He's got 80 hits, 39 have gone for extra bases this year, including 21 home runs.
Down and breaking ball can be a trouble spot for him, for a lot of left-handed hitters. Big guy, long stride, really releases that ball out in front, so the perceived velocity even better than the number we're seeing on the board, and we're seeing a fair bit of 95, 96 out of Nelson here.
Mike Montgomery will take Jake Arrieta's spot tomorrow against the aforementioned Chase Anderson. Kyle Hendricks against Zach Davies on Sunday. Ball 1, 1-2. The Professor.
Anderson has spent a good deal of time on the DL, but solid one, healthy.
Good changeup.
Yeah.
Called strike 3. So we'll see a lot of changeups next couple of days. Watch the drive to the pennant with MLB.tv every night on every device. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live. Plus, get a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Swing and a miss by Hayward. Mentioned Myrtle Beach knocked out of the playoffs in the Carolina League. The Eugene Emeralds a 2-0 sweep over Hillsborough, and the Emeralds will face Vancouver in the best-of-5 Northwest League Championship Series. The M's are the defending league champions. Game 1 will be in Eugene tomorrow. The Cubs rookie league team in Mesa won the Arizona League Championship last night, beat the Giants in Scottsdale. Carmelo Martinez, the manager, congrats. Their first title since 2002. Guessing it was a little warmer in Scottsdale last night than it is here tonight. On a bounce, Walker, Arcia, Thames. To the 5th, it's 2-0 Milwaukee. 7th inning stretch singer. Bears running back Jordan Howard. Bears will open the 2017 season at Soldier Field on Sunday against the Falcons. Brought to you by Budweiser. Still brewed the hard way. This Bud's for you. The Bears are going to outscore the Falcons to end the game 28-3. That's my prediction. It was pointed out on the radio today that the Chiefs were a bigger underdog last night than the Bears are Sunday. And the Bears are at home.
Chiefs were 9-point dogs, I think, in that game last night.
Arcia bounces one back to the mound. One away.
John on another run with 10 in a row retired. No, he had to hit batter Braun in the third. He has settled in nicely. The problem is this big guy here, Nelson's awfully tough.
Slider low and away. Cubs are 45-23 under Joe Madden in September and beyond. Wow, that's hit deep. And it's going to bang off the wall. Nelson halfway to second is going to return to first with a very long single. I don't think he landed quite the way he wanted to.
Kind of awkward, the big guy diving back into first base. Good swing on a hanging slider, and eyes got big. Stride did too. Instincts kicked in, said nope, I better get back. And this, pitcher who does not typically do a lot with the bat, doesn't spend a lot of time on the bases, probably hasn't had to dive back into many.
Thames with a man on, one out. So I mentioned the Cubs, they have the best record in baseball in the final month since Joe Madden took over. In the second half this year, 34-18, their winning percentage .654. All right, so if they maintain this winning percentage the rest of the way, it would be their third straight year of .650 ball after the break. The last team to do that 3 consecutive years, the Red Sox, 1948-50. Now you've got correlation and causation. We don't know, or causality. We don't know if Joe's plan to rest guys early has led to this second half success, but it is something he talks a lot about, right? Giving guys early rest to have them fresh late.
Yeah, well, I think there's a number of things that could be in play there. That, and I believe that probably certainly contributes. Some, acquisitions, in-season acquisitions that help your team get better as you go along. Alex got whacked in the head there by the follow-through on the swing by Thames. That's why I had Halbers out to check on him.
Yeah, he's had a history of concussion, so very sensitive to that.
And the other part of it is, the whole cream rises to the top theory. A good team is sooner or later going to find its stride. You kind of sort things out, play around with different combinations in your lineup, try different guys. Got young players getting better over the course of the season.
Rizzo playing behind Nelson. So So let's check out our State Farm winning combination. Those numbers we just referenced. State Farm, here to help life go right. Now a cynic would say, yeah, but did you lose a few extra games in the first half to then earn more wins in the second half? And the answer could be possibly, but the idea would be, Joe's idea of the second half would include October, right?
How much better are those second halves than their first halves?
I have to look. Well, this year a lot better, right?
Better
they
this
were
year.
2 games under 500 in the first half. 2015, I think, a lot better too. They get one. They get them both. 3-6-1. Side retired. 2-0. Brewers.
At Wrigley Field, seats featuring prime views and access to an exclusive club and first-class amenities. These new premier experiences will allow fans to enjoy Cubs baseball and America's most majestic ballpark in a whole new way. Visit CubsPremier.com to join the Premier Client Priority List.
Friday night baseball at Wrigley Field. One big swing of the bat. The difference so far, Ryan Braun with a home run in the first inning.
It's had a leadoff double in the second. We're not able to cash that in. A couple of 2-out hits in the third. Lead single by Avila last inning, but that was cleaned up on the double play ball induced by Nelson. So Cubs have had some chances, but the guy's been, as advertised, very sharp so far tonight. He's not giving up a lot of hard contact.
This has not been an easy place to play lately for visiting teams. The Cubs have won 9 of their last 10 at home. But they trail 2-0 middle of the ball game tonight. The pitch to Baez, low and outside.
And Nelson 1-6 in his career against the Cubs with a not horrible ERA, 4.08. 1-3 with a 5.45 here at Wrigley. So deploy the shift for Javi. I don't think he would do it on 2-0, but with this shift in the infield, you could see him pushing a bunt to the right side.
Shaw was in a bit. Now he's back where the hitters count. And he bounces right to the hot corner. He's out 5-3.
Baez having some kind of a conversation here at the end of this play. I'm not sure what's going on.
Didn't look like it was an angry conversation. Now John Lackey chatting with Vogt.
Did Javi's bat get him on the,
I don't know,
on the finish?
Two strikes to Lackey.
Let's see if we can get to the bottom of this. Oh, a little bat flip there.
I see. Well, clearly, Baez didn't see Vogt. Pretty solid so far for Nelson. From the wind, it looks like the stretch due to its simplicity. Gets him on a fastball. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN. Great to have you with us tonight. Normally we would have been done about 4 hours ago, but the Cubs and the Brewers playing a Friday night game here at Wrigley Field. Unique, different, great atmosphere, packed house. And Jay just got hit by a pitch. Again, that's something Nelson does a lot. And here's Bryant.
And hopped him in the knee with a slide ball. Again, Jay is not a base stealer. Maybe, depending on the count, he might be looking to get a bag here. Obviously, you don't want to take the bat out of Bryant's hands in a two-run game. But you'd also like to give him an opportunity to drive in a run with a single. And the wind blowing in, not quite as homer friendly. And not only has Vogt struggled throwing out base runners, but Nelson is slow to the plate.
Nelson throws over. The Cubs do not have a double-digit stolen base guy. Baez has 9 to lead the team. And I saw this note provided by the Brewers. They have 5 players with 10 homers and 10 steals. Braun and Shaw are 1 stolen base away. If they both get there, that would be a major league record. 7 players on one team with at least 10 homers and 10 steals.
See, I'd be tempted to run him here now that Chris is down in the count. Less likely to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
And it fits the profile. A lot of homers. They run a lot, strike out a lot.
Your assignment: come up with all the players from those 4 teams listed there who did it.
I don't think I could. Well, I could if I looked it up. There goes Jay. Pitches high. The throw off the mark and late.
Wow. Talk about Vogt's struggles and that kind of gives everybody in this club the green light when you see a throw like that. Not a particularly big lead, not a great jump, and Jay's not really speedy, but throw way offline, short, didn't have much on it. Got to be able to take advantage of that.
2-2 on Bryant. Here it comes. Full count. Rizzo next. Bryant reaches.
Imagine all the other parts of Vogt's game defensively good. He blocks the ball well. He's a smart guy. Pitchers really like throwing to him, at least based on what I've read and heard. These two guys, Vogt and Nelson, have worked together on 5 occasions now. And Nelson has a 1.95 ERA when Vogt is back behind home plate.
Jay will advance to third. So they're at the corners.
Now batting, first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
Definitely been times in this game where Nelson has pitched away from contact, and again we talk a lot about protection and how much it really matters, or does it exist to the extent we think it does. And Anthony Rizzo on deck, you would think they would have been a little more aggressive with KB there, but that breaking ball wasn't even close.
Looks like they've got Arcia, the shortstop, playing the deep position. Way out there and right. I don't think you'll see an infielder play deeper and still be really considered an infielder.
And probably the reason why they're doing it is because of his speed. Should it be a slowly hit ground ball, he can come and get it. A little more range in the outfield too on a little blooper. But anybody should be able to handle that.
High drive to center. Did he get enough of it? Broxton will make the catch. Wind knocked it down, really gusting. Still 2-0 after 5. That's our Giga Time high-speed replay powered by Xfinity. Ex-Cub Jeimer Candelario starting the 5-4-3 around the horn triple play for the Tigers in Toronto. Neil Walker.
Just getting ready to say the Cubs used to have a guy named Jeimer Candelario.
Yes.
Looked just like that one.
Giga Time high-speed replay powered by Xfinity. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet and the most Wi-Fi coverage throughout your home.
Did that happen tonight?
Yes.
Wow, we are on it. There's also an inside the park grand slam tonight. Michael Taylor of the Nationals against the Fightin' Phils.
Rocky giving the Cubs length. At least 5 innings in 41 straight times.
Got squeezed a little bit there.
I'll give you the scores in those games. Tigers 5, Blue Jays 4, bottom of the ninth. And Toronto 10-7 Nationals over the Phils in the 7th. The Nationals magic number 4 going into tonight.
Double Herrera with a base hit has extended his hitting streak to 21 games. Longest in the big leagues this year.
You know, it's funny. I love hitting streaks. Love them.
Yep.
Find them fascinating. As Walker draws the walk.
The 6th inning is brought to you by Meyer, True, Chicago, and
Braun has hit a 2-run homer and been hit by a pitch. Yeah, I want to see like a 50-game hitting streak. I want to see somebody
make a run at
close to DiMaggio. Yeah. I hope it's a Cub. I mean, it's just a thrilling thing to follow on a daily basis.
Jimmy Rollins a few years back had a good long one.
I think he had one that extended into the next season. Maybe 35, 36 games.
Yeah. Well, the remarkable thing about DiMaggio, he had the 56-game hitting streak, and then he didn't get a hit, and then he went on another run of
17.
Was it 17?
Something like that. 38 game hitting streak for Jimmy Rollins, 05-06. On bounces foul.
Thinks he was stupid for swinging at that pitch.
Just to tell you how far the Brewers have come, they're 1 win away from last year's total of 73.
Ooh. Pretty good pitch.
DiMaggio also had a 61-game hitting streak in the Pacific Coast League for San Francisco. There was a yank. Called strike 3. Braun says that is not a strike. Jerry Meals did not agree. Left-handed batting, Travis Shaw. Look at the guard he's got almost on his knee, just below the front knee. It's as high as you'll see that foul guard. His dad Jeff pitched in the big leagues. Neil Walker, the son of a former big leaguer, Tom. One and two.
Yeah, that father-son thing in baseball, more than any other sport, right? You see that, multi-generations playing at the highest level.
Two wide, 2-2. What do we have working here?
Baseball with hair and face.
It's like Jonathan VR and Ron Perez trying to stay occupied on the bench. Swing and a miss, strike three. Thursday, September 14th, the Cubs host the New York Mets at 7:05. Up to the first 10,000 early arriving fans will receive a hot and cool tote bag presented by Plumbers 911. Tickets are still available for that game. Visit Cubs.com today. Santana. Walker still at first. He led off the inning with the free pass. Braun and Shaw have struck out.
Meanwhile,
Domingo is Spanish for Sunday, correct?
I believe it is, yes.
Remind me on Sunday, I thought I had read an article about Santana that he had put up some big numbers on Sunday.
Pitch him carefully on Sunday.
Yeah.
Can he get three in a row? Santana strikeout victim last time. Walker's not much of a threat to steal a base.
Two from Lackey, and it's full.
Everything's been away. So they're going to stay away.
Swing and a miss. He strikes out three after the leadoff walk. Billy Squire to break. Time now for our Bud Fan Cam, brought to you by Bud Fridays. Bash and pop. Tony Stinson's post replacements outfit Friday night is killing me. Jimmy Nelson's out of the game after 5 innings.
Yeah, I think dive back into first base after he rounded the bag. Hurt something is my best guess. He was going along nicely, but he's out, and in is Josh Hader. Here's the play I'm talking about. Kind of an awkward headlong dive into the bag, and you can see the reaction. Not happy about something.
Some Brewer fans wishing they were back in the American League. The DH. Yeah, Hader, a real interesting guy, and there's no question it's an injury, JD, because he's taking extra warm-up tosses.
Jerry Meals went over to the Cubs dugout and let Joe know that it was an injury situation, and Hader would get all he needed to get ready. Trying to get Jerry Meals' attention now. I think he wants to make sure if that was a straight up change, and I believe it is. Hader, a top pitching prospect. We saw him a little bit earlier this year. He's got a big fastball. He struck out 47 men in 34 innings. Hey folks, you can relive the magic of last year's historic run with the official 2016 championship season Fly the W book, which features essays by Tom Ricketts, Theo Epstein, and others, as well as never before seen photos. For more information, visit Cubs.com/flythewbook.
Well, we have a chance. Let's see what's coming up on WGN. WGN News follows our ball game. Get you up to date on Hurricane Irma. All the latest. Did Nelson come out?
No.
That's got to be concerning. Craig Counsell. Now he pitched the bottom of the 5th after he got on base in the top of the inning. Maybe later started to bark a little bit. So Zobrist will bat from the right side. Right arm soreness. There's a Nelson left.
Hader gives you a lot of arms and legs and hair out there to look at. Big delivery, kind of quick arm action. About 85% fastballs. Throws a slider, and he's got a good changeup. Hader's going to go up there looking for the gas against Hader.
Georgia fans getting a little rowdy. Two one, swing and a miss. Loose arm action.
Yeah, a little bit of a low 3/4 delivery. Slings it when it's up in the zone. It's really difficult to get to. High energy guy out there rocking.
Third time a Brewer pitcher has been injured while not pitching. Well, being a batter slash runner. Popped up by Ben. Santana will come on and make the grab. Albert Almora Jr. for the catcher Avila. Something you can do in September with extra guys on your bench.
Yeah, normally if you're going to hit for your catcher, you do it with your other catcher and not burn two guys. But plenty of options available. Almora's been really good off the bench. He's been especially good against left-handed pitching. Hit a home run last night. Hit a bullet off a right-handed pitcher. Bush the first pitch fastball, and gives that a fair bit. This is a good matchup for him if Hader stays heater. Changed him up.
One bounce right to Shaw. So 2 outs. That'll bring up Ian Happ, who has grounded out and struck out looking.
It's good work by Vogt, knowing Almora's strength and his inclination to attack that first pitch and how good he is on fastballs. They go change up and get the ground ball to third. It's got a little Rick Dempsey look about him.
I'm talking Vogt.
Vogt, yeah, what did I say? Hader? Vogt, that guy, the catcher. Stephen Vogt. Rick Dempsey, the longtime big league catcher, mostly with the Orioles.
I think caught with the Brewers right at the end of his career,
did,
like 24 seasons.
Yeah, he played a long time.
Called strike. 0-2 to Happ. Ian making sure that it was a called strike and not on the swing. Walker out into the right field grass. Santana calls him off. Cubs don't do anything against Hader in the 6th, trailing 2-0. worry, great deals are waiting for you now at your local Honda dealer. Jimmy Nelson left with a sore right arm after 5 solid innings tonight, supported by Ryan Braun's 300th career home run in the first inning. John Lackey still working into the 7th, down a couple of runs.
I'd be curious to know whether we're talking shoulder, elbow, what.
Right.
Nelson, Victor Caratini now in to do the catching.
All right, so if you've got a lead, Yone Rivera probably comes in to catch, but you need some offense, so it's the rookie Caratini. 1-1 on Vogt.
This would be something worth studying. Are there fewer comebacks in September because of all the bullpen options, the ability to match up?
Slider was up and line foul. One more look at Nelson going back into first. Just watch the right arm.
He jams it. He kind of slides in and jams it.
So the question is, what did he feel? Was it shoulder or elbow, as you said, or something in between?
So shaking it out. It might have been buzzing a little bit. A lot of times when you see a guy, let's make sure this is.
That one hit deep, and it's going to stay in. Wynn knocks it down. Happ with the squeeze, one away.
Take home a game used or autographed item and help benefit Cubs charities. Cubs Authentics is the premier outlet for all MLB authenticated Cubs memorabilia. The Cubs will donate net proceeds from the sale of Cubs Authentics items to Cubs charities. Visit Cubs.com/authentics today. A lot of times when you see a player leave his feet and land, face first with that arm extended, there's a lot of trauma to the shoulder. He was more sliding across the dirt there.
It just looked awkward, and while it didn't look bad, it's those awkward falls that tend to be a lot worse than they look. And he's a big man, as you said.
Yeah, and the way he jammed into the bag, that could be wrist, it could be elbow, it could be shoulder, it could be the whole thing reverberating a little bit there.
Just missed outside on Broxton. They've got Jeffress back with the Brewers, right-hander, and Oliver Drake.
Loop single and a strikeout looking for Broxton tonight.
Justin Wilson, Pedro Strop in the Cubs bullpen. 2-2 swing and a miss, strike 3.
Number 8 for John. High cheese.
Garcia will be intentionally walked. Hader on deck, so I think Joe kind of
hoping to get him out of the ball
forcing
game.
Council's hand. And it will be Hader. One. Well, JD, if we go 25 innings and run out of players tonight, I say Josh Hader and Carl Edwards Jr. arm wrestle.
I'm in.
Well, one's a lefty, one's a righty. I don't know how that would work.
Non-pitching arms.
Well, there you go. Who's non-pitching arm? You know, the count on the pitcher is Wackiness needs to pump a couple right down the middle. We've got 3 Chicago Bears with us, ready to sing the stretch. There's a strike. Jordan Howard, Tarek Cohen, and Benny Cunningham ready for the 3-part harmony.
Pretty good chance Hader ends up in the rotation for the Brewers next year. Mighty rip at it, man. He's not getting cheated.
0 for 2 in the big leagues.
It's like Ichiro, only different.
Ichiro with 4,000 fewer hits.
Well, you can feel if a changeup probably just ties him up in knots here, but the fear you have if you're Lackey, if for some reason he lays off and you end up walking him, you're not going to be happy with yourself. But he appears to be in swing mode.
Swing and a miss. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. It is brought to you by Budweiser. Here come the Bears.
Tonight's guest conductors for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, Chicago Bears, Tariq Cohen, Benny Cunningham, and Jordan Howard.
What's up, baby? Need a little help tonight. Let's get this stadium rocking this Friday night. 1, 2, 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me peanuts and cracker jam. Root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. Ball game. Thank you, Chicago.
Seventh. Nice job by the Bears. Jordan Howard, Tariq Cohen, and Benny Cunningham. Manny Pena is now catching. He's in for Vogt. Hader to Hayward. And a strike.
Getting late, need some traffic.
Yep.
They've been a little Jekyll and Hyde-ish lately offensively. They've had some big explosive games, and they've had some games where they've really been shut down. Got a win in Pittsburgh the other night with just 3 hits.
It's foul. Just blew it past him. Chicago Cubs baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, pursuing the American dream since 1876. This Bud's for you. Yes, and Taylor Davis on deck, waiting for his major league debut. I want Taylor Davis to hit a home run and stand at home plate and then just stare at the center field camera. Baez in the air. Broxton over and in. 2 down.
Javi that time took his bat and he kind of flung it up the first base line, as if to make sure he didn't hit the catcher.
Ladies and gentlemen, pinch hitting for the Cubs, number 43, Taylor Davis.
All right, Taylor. Deep breath, slow down the heart a little bit.
So he's finally made it. 7 seasons in the minor leagues, and he's here in the big leagues. Now he had the long hair. That was kind of his trademark, but every spring training, Joe Madden, was the charity event. They all get a haircut. So he participated. Not that he would listen to me, but I like it. I like it short. It's a good look for him. It was signed as an undrafted free agent 2011. Morehead State. He was a 49th round pick of the Marlins in 08. Did not sign. He can catch. Play corner infield. He's trying to get on base right now, bring the tying run to the plate.
297 down at Iowa this year with a 357 on base percentage. Lifetime 284 hitter in the minor leagues.
And he strikes out. Hader's been impressive. 6 up, 6 down for the lefty. 2-0 Milwaukee. Our bona fide play of the game is John Lackey's 7 innings, 2 runs. Right now we'd be staring at a loss if the Cubs cannot come back late. Wrap your hands around the original Italian beef of the Chicago Cubs at one of the 19 Bona locations.
Yeah, they dropped that 2 spot on him in the first. The Ryan Braun home run. After that, he's been lights out. He went 7 shutout last time out. 9 strikeouts for Lackey tonight, the most he's had in a game since back in May. He's punched out 10 twice. And now Brian Dunsing will take over. It has been a very successful year. He's pitching for the 60th time.
By the way, Lackey ended that streak we had mentioned earlier. He'd made 18 consecutive 5-inning sub 100 pitch starts. Tonight he went 7 innings, so kept that intact, the 5-inning part of it, but he made 105 pitches. No big deal.
No, it's actually better because a lot of the sub 100 pitch starts were 5 innings or 5 1/3.
Jesus Aguilar aiming for Thames.
Yeah, he's been a good pinch hitter. He's good against lefties.
That's low. 2 balls and a strike. 41,020 inside Wrigley Field this evening. Smacked out in the center. Happ leaves his feet, makes the catch. Nicely done, 1 away.
Well done, Mr. Happ.
So we're wondering if that doll in the Brewers dugout
it's a
was supposed to be Javi
Voodoo.
Baez.
It's a little Javi Voodoo doll. That's great.
Walker batting right-handed, takes ball 1. Neil Walker came up originally as a catcher in the Pirates system. He then moved to third base before settling in at second once he got to the majors, but did not play a lot of second in the minor leagues. This year he's played first, second, and third, mostly second base, where he is tonight. And he lifts one into shallow center. Zobrist with 2 hands on it. Don't miss your chance to experience spring training at beautiful Sloan Park in Mesa, Arizona. Reserve your place in line by joining the spring training season ticket holder waiting list. It's easy and free to register. For details, visit sloanpark.com. Braun looked like a golfer as he stepped in. Did you see what he did?
No, what did he do?
It's like a little piece of dirt or debris, and he just reached over, picked it up, and
checking the wind,
threw it away. Two-run homer in the first. His 300th. He was the Brewers' all-time career home run leader. It is our Ford drive of the game. Ford inviting you to visit your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Wind not helping. In fact, wind blowing in. And we still got it Into the batter's eye. Ball 4. Third time he's been on.
Braun got squeezed a little bit on the 0-0 pitch. Looked like it was on the plate at the knees, but not an egregious call. It was borderline, and then just did not want to give in to Braun, just trying to catch that corner and couldn't quite find it.
Shaw waves at a curve. Ninth inning in D.C. It's 11-10 Nationals over the Phillies. Cardinals now out to a 4-0 advantage in the 6th over the Pirates. Indians won again, shutout fashion over the Orioles. What a run, 16 in a row. Longest winning streak since the A's won 20 straight in 2002. High drive to center. That's Ian Happ, and that's it for the Brewers in the 8th. Bottom of the 8th, top of the order. Trailing by 2. First base after pinch hitting. Eric Sogard now at second for Walker. Bader still working. 1-0 pitch to John Jay. It's a strike, 1-1. That's the inside. Three and 1 to Jay.
Taking here.
He walked him. Leadoff man is on.
That presents a little problem for Craig Counsell. Bryant representing the tying run. Had he got Jay, he might leave Hader out there because Rizzo follows Bryant.
Guessing it will be Anthony Swarzak. When we return. WGN News immediately follows our broadcast. Anthony Swarzak had made Chicago his summer home. Former White Sox, now with the Brewers.
Yeah, having a very nice year in both spots. Particularly good since joining the Brewers, but overall a 2.40 ERA for 58 appearances. Opposing batters hitting just .218 against him. Those fastballs and sliders, and both of them are plus pitches. He relies heavily on that slider.
Most of his career with the Twins. Sorry, JD.
I'm saying he throws that slide ball more than 50% of the time.
It's pitched with Cleveland, the Yankees, the White Sox, and now the Brewers. 59th appearance overall. Jay walked to start the inning. And a pitch to Bryant. Just missed, 1-1. That's a ball of energy. Trying to set up for Corey Knebel.
Got a lot of them. The Hader, Hughes, high energy guy when he's out there. We mentioned it from the outset. A lot of energy in the ballpark here tonight on a cool, crisp evening, and would really lose it if Bryant were to tear into one here. Swarzak doing a lot of self-coaching out there, talking to himself after every pitch.
And has reached twice. It's on a little dribbler through the hole on the right side. This is fouled out of play. Painted the inside corner for out number one.
Yeah, you have to respect that slider. I imagine Chris was sitting slider more than fastball there, and this two-seam runner clings to the inside corner. Not the pitch he wanted to make. It was set up away.
Aguilar still holding Jay. The pitch to Rizzo. Right down the middle. Strike one. Swarzak just about to turn 32 years old. On Sunday, in fact. Broxton drifting with the wind, and he one-hands it. Jay will head back to first. And with 2 outs, it'll bring up Zobrist.
Pena behind the plate. Now the running game not as available to the Cubs as it was with Vogt back there.
Pulled away, foul.
Corey Knebel, the closer.
Bullpen coach Lee Tunnell. Caratini is the on deck hitter, according to the lineup. But Tommy La Stella would apparently take the at bat if Zobrist can reach. And Swarzak steps off. Two strikes to Zobrist. Cubs have been held to 4 hits. So is the Brewer Ball Club, but they a 2-run homer from Ryan Braun. Called strike 3. Swarzak gets out of the 8th. We go to the 9th, still 2-0 Brewers. came early, 3 batters into the game. Ryan Braun a home run, and that has been it for the scoring as Hector Rondon will work here in the 9th.
Hector's been getting his name called a little more frequently here lately. This is his 4th appearance in the last 6 days. And they've been good since he had that really ugly one against the Reds. He allowed 3 spot in 1 inning back on the 23rd of August. He's not allowed any of his own runs since then. He's not issued any walks. Covering 5 appearances.
One strike.
Yeah,
Santana.
Cheese at the knees right there, 98. The notch at the knees, that'll play.
.98 and just off the plate inside, according to Jerry Meals.
His delivery together, gets his arm up on top and can command the fastball down and away. He's awfully good.
Slider strike, 1-2.
Gets into trouble sometimes when he starts to drift and he flies open and the fastball gets a little wayward on him and the slider spins instead of breaks.
Pena on deck.
Oh, good pitch.
Got him on strikes.
Good time Santana has punched out tonight. Beautiful pitch, slider right on the edge.
Now Pena, who's been battling a hip issue, came in to catch in the bottom of the 7th. For a long time, it was the Jonathan Lucroy show behind the plate. They traded him last year to Texas. Pena's done a nice job offensively. We've got Vogt now.
Yeah, it was Lucroy and the backup Martin Maldonado. That was the tandem there for a long time. So a complete turnover there. Pena having a very nice season.
We've got Jet Bandy, Andrew Suzak on the roster as well. Oh, he caught it!
Or it caught him. Oh, baby.
Self-preservation, and Rondon just robbed Pena.
Exhale. It's the time between crack and snap. Boom, boom. Crack of the bat, the snap of the leather. Almost simultaneous. Yep. 97-mile-an-hour comebacker.
How hard was it pitched? Maybe about the same.
Yeah.
Roxton with 2 outs. Statcast. By AWS, I've got 99 in terms of the pitch velocity, 97 exit velocity.
Has struck out twice tonight. He's struck out close to 40% of his plate appearances this year.
Swing and a miss. Nice work by Rondon. Helped himself defensively. Brewers have the home run, and Hernan Perez will play right. All-star closer Corey Knebel will try to notch save number 33 on the year.
Well, boys that preceded him, Hader and Swarzak, most impressive. They combined for 3 scoreless, 4 strikeouts, no hits, a walk. Knebel, 67th appearance. He is saved 32, but he's failed to convert on 5 occasions. League bats 168 against him. Big strikeout numbers. Last time the Cubs played a Friday night home game was Game 3 of the World Series last year, and they were shut out 1-0 on that occasion.
Tommy La Stella pinch hitting. And Caratini, and ball 1 low. Real good fastball, 98 miles an hour.
A little cutter's got a big overhand curveball.
A little funk in his delivery. 1-1.
Did not applied a whole lot of pressure here tonight. 99.
High fly to right. Cubs have hit the ball in the air a fair amount tonight. With the wind blowing in, He hasn't been generally very helpful. Ian Happ. Able perfect in his last 16 save opportunities. Outside, ball one. Well, this would not be an ideal situation if the Cubs lose this game and the Cardinals hang on to beat the Pirates. Both Milwaukee and the Redbirds would gain a game and be 4 back in the division. One and one the count on the switch hitting Happ. Here it is. Got a hold of that one, but Broxton will catch it. Now they haven't scored tonight, but they've squared up some balls. They just hit them to the wrong part of the park, or on the wrong night.
Yeah, I got to get on top of the ball, hit it on the line, hit it through the infield. Makes Braun's home run that much more impressive. Look at the way some of these other balls have been knocked down.
Last chance now. It's Hayward. He needs to get on. Baez is the tying run on deck. Abel has his sign. Here's the pitch. 2-0. Two and one.
A couple of runs. Hayward taking all the way there. Didn't have to be, Jerry.
Cubs down to their final strike. 2-2, 2 outs, ninth inning.
It was very LaCroix-like right there, the way Pena helped steal that one.
Here it is. Ground ball. That'll keep the Cubs alive, and it'll get Baez to the plate. Hayward has a single. Braun was tempting him. No reason to think anything more than just get on base.
Fastball almost got by him, but he was able to punch it into left field. Stay alive.
Here's Baez. Kyle Schwarber now on deck. Fans on their feet. They're not going home yet. Strike call.
Aguilar has moved way off the line at first base. If Hayward wanted to, he could ease on into second.
So They're going up with some heat. Knebel steps off. Not sure why he'd be worried about Hayward at all. Swing and a miss. And I don't know if Pena's telling him, got to throw that out of the zone. No steal for Hayward. That was a hittable pitch. I know you didn't like catchers to stand up when they wanted it high, but it looked like where he held his mitt was actually in the strike zone. Would you want it there as a pitcher? If that's,
I had no problem throwing the ball high, so just give me the little with the hand. Some guys maybe like to see a target up there. Usually you just go for the mask. Look at the glove.
Swing and a miss.
I just challenged him with heaters there. That wasn't trying to trick him at all.
And the Brewers take game 1, 2-0 the final.